Does race pace work on endurance? Or how can you work on endurance when you're only doing 25s? Have you ever heard this from other coaches or asked yourself if race pace works on endurance? Hey guys, what's up? This is your race pace coach, and today we will go over race pace endurance and if it lacks endurance. Okay, so looking at these race pace below the 100, 200, 500, 1000, and 1650 race pace, okay, I run these sets with my kids that are distance swimmers. I'm not a coach that is fond of distance events. I like sprints because I think that why should a swimmer swim more for the same award? So that's my reasoning, but I still support my distance swimmers 100%. Okay, so down here, these I do 100 sets. These I do 50s. Okay, 100s, and for 500 to 1650 race pace, I do 100s. For 100 and 200s, I do 50s. Okay, so from my point of view and through my 5 years of doing race pace, I think that race pace does work on endurance because these five race paces over here, I have at least a sectional swimmer in each of these events. Okay, in for female and males. All right, so that gives me proof that race pace does work on endurance. At the beginning of when I started race pace program, I did 25s only for 100 and 200 race pace. I did not really work on the 50s, 100s, and 1650s, but I did do the 500s and had the swimmers do 50s instead of 100s at the first year and a half of coaching race pace. So it worked, you know, the the swimmers got faster in their distance events. I noticed that the 25s and the doing 25s for the 100 and the 200 race pace was kind of tough for the swimmers trying to last towards the last 25 of the 100 or the last 50 of the 200. So that's why I switched from doing 25s to 50s. And then when I started again for a 500 race pace, I started with 50s instead of doing 100s. I started off with like 50/50s or 60/50s at their 500 race pace time. It worked out well. The swimmers were getting regional times doing 50s, but they weren't getting their sectional times. So that's why I switched it to 100s, and it definitely helped even more when they were doing their 1650 or their 1000 or their 500 at swim meets. So they definitely did get a better times. So I do believe that race pace works on endurance. You know, it just depends on how you run your race pace program. Because I've talked to many coaches and questioned them why or if they ever heard of race pace training, and they would tell me, you know, I never worked with race pace training. However, I don't think it works because, you know, it it doesn't. How can you get faster doing 25s and 50s? How can you last while doing 25s and 50s? And that's one of like the misconceptions of race pace training. You know, doing 25s and 50s, when you swim 100 and a 200 at a meet, that's only 425s or 825s. Okay? So doing what I thought was doing like 10 100s at practice on 130. How is that going to prepare you for your 100 events, your 50 events? How's maybe your 200 events, but you're still swimming at a race pace that is slower than your times at swim meets. So that's my thinking of why I don't use max yardage when coaching kids for distance events, even for 100 events or 50 events. Okay, uh, so again, um, just keep doing the 50s, keep doing the hundreds, because I'm my swimmers are developing it, developing their times, and they're swimming faster. My distance swimmers. I don't have that many distance swimmers because I normally push them towards their hundreds and 200 events, and they're doing well too. They're getting their sectional times. You know, the younger kids are getting closer to their regional times, and some of those 12-year-olds are hitting their sectional times too. Boys and girls, not just boys or girls. So I know that's easier for girls to hit their sectional time, but yes, again, race pace training does work on endurance, and thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. And check out my course, RacePace 101 on Teachable. The link is in the description below. And I'll see you in the next video.